Well, to start off, I think your first question was to talk about the airports north of Hobby and Intercontinental. Well, the smaller airports, they were impacted. A lot of them got some flooding on the runways, and it shut them down for operations. Actually, last night, a couple of them opened up they were helo operations only, and then they opened up to fixed-winged again. So, and then as far as surrounding airports up in Love and Dallas, they're flying, a lot of people flying up there to get supplies and flying back down. I mean, they're flying from everywhere trying to bring stuff in. It's great how this city has just taken the initiative and helping out everybody. I mean, I got neighbors that just, they're going out and helping. There's more than enough. I mean, they're on Facebook looking for people or looking to volunteer somewhere. Actually went to, there was a controller that lost her house in the storm. She lived over in northeast Houston, and she got about, 36 inches of water in her house, and we were over there today before I went into work, and went over there and we were ripping out drywall and getting furniture out. I mean, it's just it's amazing what people get together after a traumatic event. As far as stranded at the terminal, I know there were people stranded in the terminal. They were, I can't speak on behalf of the airlines, but I'm sure they were taken care of. We actually had the United Ramp Tower bring over food to us. They had brought some lunch over to us, some sandwiches from the terminal stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure they had food and supplies enough to take care of those people. And then they were flying humanitarian flights in there, and helicopters were getting into some of these airports. So at IH, if they needed supplies, I'm sure they could have gotten something from one of those helos that came in, or the C-130s that flew in. And what was your third question?
Yeah, the drinking water. I was listening on the news, and you don't know what to believe hardly, or if you do believe it, you don't know where it was impacted. It made it sound like the whole state. But was the drinking water contaminated in a lot of the areas? Do you know where that cutoff is in Houston?
So the drinking water, in my neighborhood actually, we were on a boil water notice. So we had to, if we were going to drink any of the water, we had to boil it. There was, I can't look up every little neighborhood in the surrounding counties, but a lot of the neighborhoods in this city are MUDs. They call them MUDs. It's municipal utility districts. And so each neighborhood has their own water supply that they get. So it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because if your neighborhood goes out, you're out. So we were without water for I think a day or so, and then we just got off our boil notice today. So they found that water wasn't contaminated. They ran all the tests and put off the boil notice today. So the crews are out there. They're doing a really good job. I know they're still having problems down in southwest Texas at the Addicks levees and Brazoria levees. I think they're still having some flooding down there. And then it's moved over to Beaumont. That's where our main effort is right now. But did that answer your questions?
Yeah, sure did. But one last thing there, how did they get any flooding over in the New Orleans area that you know of? You didn't really hear a whole heck about it. Louisiana got hit, and they made it look like it was just more centered around Lake Charles.
Yes, I think, like I said, we control all the way over to Beaumont, and Lake Charles is airspace butts up to Beaumont, and most of our efforts and rescue and everything is in Beaumont because of the flooding there. So I think it hit Lake Charles too. But last time I looked at the path of the storm, it kind of hit that east side of Texas, and then kind of they got some rain, and it went up north, and I think it hit Memphis, and it's hit Tennessee. So it's dropping a lot of rain. I don't know about as far as the New Orleans. We hadn't called any of the facilities over there and seen what their status are, but yeah, I'm just not sure about that.
Okay, sounds good. Really appreciate all the input there. WA2S50.
All right. Anybody else on there? KI4THY. We're open up. Any ham operators out there? We're running a live phone patch into Houston, Texas. We got my nephew on the line, who's an air traffic controller at the Houston airport. Does anybody else have any questions for him? We'll pause and before we continue. Does anybody have any questions about the whole thing? Go ahead.
W1ELK, I got a question.
Go ahead, Mike.
What was your nephew's name, Greg?
No, I'm not giving his name out because I want to protect his privacy.
Okay, I don't blame you. Hey, air traffic controller there in Houston, I had a question about the airlines that service the airport there at Houston. When there's a hurricane coming in, how do they operate? Do they try to force the issue to get planes in and out, or do they just back out and turn it over to the authorities to come up with when they shut down the flights?
Well, basically what happens is it's kind of a combined effort. We look at the models that come out. I mean, we're constantly looking at weather. We got a lot of people, I mean, all the way up in D.C. that are looking at stuff for it. And they start slowing flights down coming in. So we can only take, when there's that much weather in our airspace, we can only take so many aircraft because, they don't want to fly through just stuff that looks terrible, lightning storms. They don't want to fly through that stuff. I mean, it's just terrible turbulence, and it's bad on the passengers. So, we'll start kicking the flights back, and they'll slow that down. And then there's a point where, we'll have, 10 come in, and they won't land. They'll get wind shear off the airport, or the winds will be so fast in the opposite direction, or they'll be getting crosswind that they don't want to land. They'll end up going around, and they end up diverting to DFW. They'll divert out to Austin. They'll divert Oklahoma, Denver. I mean, they'll get out of here, get away from harm's way. And then once that starts happening, the airline sees that our guys aren't going to be able to land, so let's start canceling flights and rerouting these guys somewhere else. So that's basically what happened is, their flights started coming in, and then they started going around and then ended up, bugging out to their alternate airport. And it's just, it's a business decision to say, hey, we're not going to sit there and waste the gas and the safety of our passengers to go down and try to land it in Houston in a hurricane. So that's basically how that works. I know it sucks for a lot of people because we got friends that actually are stuck out of town right now, and they're trying to get home. And a lot of them are having to fly up to DFW and take rental cars down here, or get somebody to come pick them up in Dallas. But it's just the nature of the beast. They don't want flights don't need to be flying from this. It's just a safety issue, really.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for what you do there. We appreciate you. W1ELK backing out.
All right, this is KI4THY, and we got a live phone patch going with air traffic controller at the Houston airport. Of course, he's not at the Houston airport. He's home right now after put in a hard day. Anyway, we're going to send it back to Greg. WA2 SFT, we're in communication with him. This is KI4THY. Captain Dave here, and anyway, Greg, you got any more questions? Otherwise, I'm going to go back and pick up where we left off to the part 2 of this story. Go ahead.
Okay, well, talking about Houston Hobby Airport, and I believe it is one of the major hubs for Southwest. It probably shut down or crippled that airline for at least a few days there, didn't it, over?
Yes, I mean...
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So It did. I don't know if it crippled the airline. You know, I don't talk to Southwest. You know, the business side of it. But I mean, they did lose a lot of flights going in there, and you know, they weren't able to land. But Southwest was really helpful. They came out with a plan and said, hey, we're going to land. We're going to bring in 11 airplanes, and then 7 are leaving, and then we'll have 7 more come back in. They did that as long as they could, as long as they could hold out. And like I said, on Saturday night mid, I'm thinking about 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 or 4 in the morning. It was just there was no traffic going into Hobby at that time anyway. But they had far enough notice out that they knew that they were going to get shut down, and it is what it is. I mean, everybody's kind of just glad. You know, it's a blessing that as many people are safe that are, but there's a lot of people that lost their homes and lost all their valuables and everything, and they're sitting at George R. Brown Convention Center and the NRG Stadium downtown, and you know, they don't have a home to go back to. But as far as Southwest, I mean, I think they came up with a good plan, and they saved a lot of what could have happened, you know.
Yeah, right. Probably with minimal cancellations, looking at that forecast. Okay, well, real good. Go ahead, Captain Dave.
All right, yeah, Captain Dave here. Anyway, back to your life at the house while the airport was shut down, and you know, the water was steadily creeping up, and I know you texted and said, or your mother texted me and said that y'all had a generator. How did you work your generator? And then and I understand you filled your bathtubs up with water.
Yeah, so well, you know, it had flooded. They call it the tax day flood. This was last year, and flooded a lot of places last year too from just a lot of rain. No hurricane though, but so we've learned a couple things, and we've, you know, just living down here since, I guess we've been down here since 2014, and that's just one of the things that people told us. They said, you know, fill your bathtubs full of water, and you know, have plenty of drinking water. And it was nice, you know, when you run out of water, that means your toilets don't flush. That means you can't bathe, you can't do anything really with any of your running water. It's kind of, you go back to the lifestyle with no water. But yeah, it was just a safety net. We used it a little bit. You know, if we ran out of bottled water and the jugs we had bought, we could have boiled that water and had drinking water. But like I said, we were only out of water when our water shut off for about a day, and then they got us hooked back up, and then we went to the full notice. So that was the bathtub thing. As far as the generator, I mean, it was something that people told us we needed to get down here. We need to get one and just have one on standby. And you know, I was putting it off, and it came to the storm. It was getting close, and I mean, I went out to look for one, and you couldn't find one anywhere in the city. I mean, Houston's like the number 3 or number 4 city in the United States, and I mean, you know how many Lowe's and Home Depots we got here, but you couldn't find a generator anywhere. So I actually had a buddy that he was evacuating that. He was just going to go on up to Dallas, so he let me borrow his, and he had it from I don't know, another hurricane that hit a while back, and hadn't ran it since. So I did some work on that, got it running. And so when the power went out the first time, I started it up. It ran for about an hour, and then it kaput on me. I couldn't get it started back up. So we ended up running out to Walmart to get some supplies down the road. And they actually had generators for sale. They had gotten an emergency shipment in. So hopped one of those in the back of the truck and headed home and had a generator. So, but our main concern was just the fridges, and maybe we had my fridge, and I have a freezer with all my deer meat out in the garage. And so it was kind of alternating those back and forth, and had a fan and a lamp on, and that was how we lived for a couple of days. So it isn't the best thing, but it's better than nothing. There's a lot of people that didn't even have that. So, and that was the thing, you know, I went out in my neighborhood and talked to some people that didn't have power, and you know, we offered them up to part of our house. Well, we have upstairs that we never go up to. So, you know, we had plenty of room for anybody that wanted to come stay if they had problems. And that was the thing. That was another thing is in my neighborhood. There's actually a website out there you can check your elevation. That a guy told me about. So I went and checked my elevation, and then checked down the street elevation where it was starting to flood. And I was about, I think we're 10 feet over that area down there. So that kind of took away a lot of, you know, anxiety from me. But still, we were watching the water pretty much every hour. We were going out, waking up in the middle of the night, going out there every hour, just checking to see where the water level was, because it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was probably ankle deep, and by 7 o'clock at night, 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I went out there and it was above my knees. So it was rising pretty quick, and it was relentless. I mean, we still had rain coming down. It wasn't stopping. And then there's a point where you're like, well, I mean, if this doesn't stop, you know, it's going to be, it's going to hit us sooner or later. So it was just, it was very nerve-wracking time, and for everybody. I know, just, I mean, and hearing about people getting evacuated with boats and helicopters, and I mean, it was just something that we didn't want to go through. So when it came up to, when we were seeing the water rise even more, we actually came back to the house and just started taking everything downstairs and putting it upstairs that we could get, that we could lift up, and that myself and my wife could get lift up and put upstairs. And I mean, that's all we could do really is to prepare for it.
Right. And so KI4THY, and like I said, we got a live phone patch going with my nephew, who's an air traffic controller at the Houston airport. He's at home right now, and live phone patch. This is KI4THY in communication with WA2SFT. And third-party traffic is from an air traffic controller in Houston, Texas. Anybody else have a question for my nephew down there in Houston? Go ahead. I think they're enjoying listening to you tell your story there, Michael. It really is interesting. I was talking to Michael. Michael, who of course is a meteorologist with the Marine Corps, and we had him on a while ago. He's home on leave. KKQFH. His name is, of course, Michael. No, his dad's name's Michael. His name is Nicholas. I'm getting people mixed up here. But anyway, well then, did anybody in your neighborhood have to get rescued? Were they helicoptering anybody out in your area at all? Did you see any of the rescue boats there? Go ahead.
Well, a lot of my neighborhood was above. They got, you know, a couple inches, you know, maybe that close. But we were pretty lucky and blessed that we didn't get the flooding. But the neighborhood has stepped up. A lot of people have gotten in their boats and loaded them up, and they took off, and they're, you know, running rescues out of every part of the city. As far as close, yes, the community next to us, at the back of it, they actually run up next to a river, and there were several houses there that flooded and had to get evacuated either by boat or helicopter.
So,
the main,
yeah, go ahead.
The main sections that were helicopter were the, of course, downtown areas and south of downtown, and over in the Kingwood area, which is northeast Houston. And those areas, and that's the thing about Houston is flood in my neighbor, or I could flood in my house, and my neighbor could be dry, but just because of the land how it is, it may be level, but there's a couple feet of elevation makes a whole difference.
And of course, President Trump's going to be in your neck of the woods tomorrow. I think he's also going up to Lake Charles, Louisiana. And we would like to know, there's a lot of benefits going on and so forth, and I guess people could check their their localities, and even of course, the local news, Nashville, they've had to rescue people in Nashville. Just watch 10 o'clock news, or the 6 o'clock news, and they have, boats that broke loose. Actually, the boat slip and all had broke loose and actually crashed under a bridge and just kept on going. And so we still have light rain here and some wind blowing. And, this, I can imagine, we're just getting the tail end of it, and you people down there got the whole brunt of it. So it's a real persistent storm.
Right.
Won't let up. Anyway, WA2SFT KI4THY. Greg, you got anything else?
Yeah. Now, how is it for local businesses down there? I mean, is there a lot of price gouging going on, especially at the gas stations? I don't know if I'd mentioned, but I actually was involved in Hurricane Katrina, and I know they had gas rationing down there, especially all through Mississippi. And depending on whether you were just a standard, citizen, or whether you were part of an emergency vehicle group or whatever, they kind of dictated, how much fuel you could get. And they actually had the state troopers down there to keep civil unrest, and there was a lot of it. Have you seen a lot of gouging going on down there? Over?
I remember hearing at the beginning of the storm, there was some places price gouging on some water. People were paying, $20, $30 for a case of water. As far as gas, it's pretty well, governed down here. As the mayor's come on several times on the news, and it said, if you see price gouging going on, report it, as they will be dealt with. And so it's well known that it's against the law to price gouge down here, and I really didn't, myself, I didn't see any of it, but I have heard a couple instances where it happened, which it's expected, it's going to happen. That's just the nature of the beast. Should it happen? No, but it is going to happen. There's those people out there that want to take advantage of the situation. It's, like I said before, the Houston community has really come together, and they're taking care of their own. And we got a lot of people in that are volunteering their time from other cities that are coming in. We got people that are from other businesses flying in and stuff. I got to give a shout out to FedEx and Central Barbecue of Memphis, because they actually, Central Barbecue donated barbecue for the controllers at the approach control, and FedEx flew it down here on one of their flights, and we picked it up and had barbecue for dinner. It was great. And just see that stuff like that, it's just amazing.
Oh, that's great. Go ahead, Greg.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Tell you what, you were talking about generators earlier. A lot of people get generators, and they buy them and they just let them sit there. They put gasoline in there, and gasoline will go bad, especially with a lot of the ethanol-based trash that's out there. Best thing to do if you got a generator, even if you fire it up from time to time, need to put some sort of a gas or fuel stabilizer in there. Something like Stable or even Seafoam. Seafoam works miracles, and you'd be amazed. It's not a total cure-all, but it'll make that gasoline last a little bit longer there.
Yeah, what kind of generator did you get?
It's some Chinese brand. It was anything that was available, and that was okay. So talking about price gouging, that does bring up a point. There was some, there were some people out there that went and bought, took advantage, bought, several generators. and they try to make a dime off of them. You know, they'll generator for $400, they were trying to sell for $600 that I've seen out there. You know, I mean, they get on a Facebook app and marketplace and post them out there. And that you know, I saw a bunch of that. But as far as businesses, local businesses, Bryce Calvin, I didn't see any of that going on.
Okay. Well, hopefully, you know, they learned their lesson compared to what happened down in Katrina, because I remember being down there in Pascagoula at hotels, motels I've seen where they were $28, $35, and those little skanky, sleazy motels. Well, after the hurricane hit, they were charging $200, $300 a night for them dumps, and I remember there was a guy down there, since all the cars got surged out with salt water and brackish water, they had used car dealers come down from up north, and something that would, I mean, a piece of crap that would probably sell on the lot for $2,000, $3,000. They were selling it for like $8 or $9 grand, and they didn't care. I mean, they were like, you know, hit and run.
Yeah, and that by the way, I just wanted to insert, you talked about price gouging. Are they continuing to have a problem with looting down there?
I saw some stuff on there, and you know, all the Facebook apps and all the neighborhood apps and stuff. They're all putting stuff out there. You know, be mindful of your surroundings, and just, you know, watch for, you know, unusual people in the neighborhood. And I mean, social media, it's got its downfalls, but it's also got its pluses. You know, a lot of people are getting active and getting on there and be like, hey, you know, saw this car, it doesn't belong here. Keep an eye out. So that stuff's helping out. You know, downtown's a different story. You know, it's going to happen. You know, it's downtown. That's like it is anywhere. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Have you seen any critters over your way, like snakes or alligators? Has there been anything like that over in your area?
No, but one of the other guys that got flooded, he had some bass in his pool.
Bass, I can live with bass. It's snakes and alligators.
Yeah, they're coming up. You see, again, personally, I haven't seen them, but neighbors have seen them out in the neighborhood, and you know, they're going to come up. As long as they don't bother me, I'm good. You know, just keep on with your business.
And we know that I guess they're trying to establish a place, motels or hotels for the people over there in the convention center. And I know FEMA's trying to place those people. And I guess they're trying to, you know, like trying to disperse the people that are hanging on.
Yeah, that was one thing I was going to say is as far as, I think Greg was talking about some price gouging and motels and stuff. There's actually apartments that are offering free apartments. I know Airbnb is offering people putting on their free room stay and everything. And the people, like I said, the community is great. They've done a really good job. Uber, you know, they came out and said $50 in free rides to and from shelters. So there's definitely some free stuff out there. They came out. We got a lot of toll roads down here. They waived some of the tolls, or they waived all the tolls for during the flooding, so people could have access to the roads if they weren't flooded. So I mean, there was certain things that went on that really surprised me that show that the community is there. But yeah, the Airbnb thing is a great thing. I heard about that on the radio this morning, that you can go on there and you can list if you got a room, you can list it on there that somebody can come stay, and, you know, displaced family can stay there, or if you're a displaced family, you can go on there and actually get a room or a house for free of charge for I don't know how long, but it's out there.
So what about the flooding? Has it gone down very much yet?
Our neighborhood's down. I mean, we're back to normal in our neighborhood. Didn't really even till it rained. We've had some real pretty weather these last couple of days. The sun came out, and everybody was cheering pretty much. There's other parts. The lady's house that I went over to this morning. I mean, it still looks like a disaster zone over there. Trees are down. There's water still high in places. The San Jacinto River flows north to south down into the Lake Houston. And it just now, today, they opened up Interstate 59 going northeast. They just opened that up today where the water had been on top of it until today. So it's receding. It's just taking its time. I know down in southwest Houston where the levees are, now they're still getting flooding, and I don't know how long it's going to continue, but they are still getting flooded down there.
All right, KI4THY with third-party traffic from Houston, Texas. I'm talking to my nephew, who's an air traffic controller at the Houston Airport, and I'm in communication with WA2SFT. And by the way, the person you're talking about that you were helping tear out drywall, she's a fellow air traffic controller at the airport there?
Yes.
Okay. So y'all helping out your fellow fellow federal employees. And
yes.
And anyway, you said FedEx had brought you down some barbecue from Memphis, Tennessee, and to feed everybody at the airport. Where'd that go? To all the employees of the airport, or just the air traffic controllers, or what?
They donated to the air traffic controllers. So we got some, and we sent it over to the tower, let them have some barbecue. So everybody was fed this afternoon. It was really nice. And like I said, United ramp controllers, which they run the vicinity on the ramp right at the gates and stuff, they brought over some sandwiches for lunch. So everybody's been really good and taking care of us, really.
So you don't have any trouble getting out of the airport in your vehicle now?
No, it's actually dry around the airport. All the access roads to the airport are pretty easy to get on now, and no water standing.
All right, well, great. Anybody else have a question for my nephew on this live hookup in Houston, Texas? Anybody else have a question? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I can barely hear you, but go ahead.
November 0 Yankee Tango Sierra. Going on down there.
Yeah, we just talked about that. Yeah, he asked, he's way out in the distance. He was asking again about the looting situation. Are they, like he said that they had a lot of vigilantes going on, and that was pretty much holding the looting down, is that right?
Well, no, the looting is, I mean, like I said, I'm up in northern Houston, and I hadn't seen it in our neighborhood. It is happening downtown and stuff, and the police force is out, and they are taking care of that. I think they're doing a great job. But yeah, they're doing what they can with it, and they're making sure everybody knows to be on the watch for looters, and not to be letting people come up to the door and think you're not there. You know, I mean, don't answer the door, but don't let people know that you're not there. Don't be posting stuff on Facebook. Hey, I got it flooded, or I'm evacuated, and my house flooded at this location. You know, I mean, you're just inviting it there. So, and a lot of neighborhoods got that info, and they're just on the lookout.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else with a question? Go ahead.
How's the mosquito population down there? Does it seem to get any worse since all this went down?
I haven't seen any getting any worse yet, but the night is young. I'm sure it will get worse. We really didn't have it doesn't get cold in Houston, so we really didn't have a terrible winter, so mosquitoes have been there all year long, so just depending if you're next to a water source, you're going to get some mosquito population. I mean, people try to do what they can. They got the people you can have come out and spray your lawn, and it's supposed to help, and, you know, I mean, it is what it is, you know, you just deal with it.
So what's the temperature down there now? I bet it's still in the 80s, but it's hitting football weather here. I guess it's down in the
degrees right now.
How much?
76 degrees.
76. Well, it's down in the, we're at least 10 degrees or lower, because it's down in the, I guess it's in the mid or low 60s. I bet it's even cooler up there where Greg is. But anyway, let's send it back to Greg. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's about 63, 64 last I checked. Seems like it's fall. It's here.
Yeah, so anyway, President Trump is going to be in the Houston area tomorrow, and I guess, visiting with a lot of people. We'll just have to watch the news and see. But anyway, when do you expect the airport, the Houston airport, to open back up to commercial traffic?
We're actually open again. They are slowly coming in and starting to get their faces back into getting their operation back on and finding their flights and issuing flights and stuff. So I expect to see an influx in traffic from the larger airlines coming in tomorrow afternoon sometime, and just continue to get busier from then on.
Okay, and then I suppose they what are they going to do with all of the flooded vehicles that were left behind? Are they going to have take them to some big impound lot, or have you heard anything about the logistics on clearing all the roads of all the vehicles?
I have no clue. I mean, I know they've already started doing that, and I'm sure they're taking to a lot, the impound lot or whatever they got set up, and contacting the owners if they just abandoned them, and if they don't want them, then, or if the insurance can take care of them, then they'll probably just destroy them or do whatever they got to do with them.
Right. And then the other thing I almost forgot. Did you hear anything about any on the local news, TV news, or anything about the local ham operators? They operating with the emergency people. Do they have any news about the ham radio community down there helping out? You hear anything about that?
Well, like I said, we actually just got internet back today, and I stream everything now, so I haven't even kept up with most of the news. I've seen what I have on my phone, but I haven't seen anything on the ham operators. Okay, that's fine.
KI4THY. We're third-party traffic on the phone patch from Houston, Texas, with WA2SFT. Greg, anything else you can think of? Go ahead.
No, that's about all I can think of. I just want to say thanks for all your input, and God bless, and hopefully everything comes together for you and everybody else down there.
Well, thank you, and glad to put my input in. It's been good fun.
All right. Well, you'll have this to if you ever have kids, you got something to tell them.
Yeah, it has been an experience, that's for sure.
All right. Well, tell your beautiful wife that I said hello, and like I said, we look forward to seeing you.
All right, will do.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Good night. Good night.
All right, good night.
Bye-bye. All right, KI4THY. That was a good phone patch. We were on with Houston for almost an hour. That was, I think we set a record on phone patch time there, Greg.
No doubt. Yeah, speaking of Houston, I wonder what the whole NASA deal happened down there. You heard anything about NASA?
No, I hadn't heard anything about NASA in Houston.
The Eagle has landed.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. The Eagle's landed. Yowzer, KI4THY, and we're drinking mineral water tonight because anyway, drinking a little Perrier water. That's about all we're having. My finger's kind of tired. I'm gonna have to get me a push on, push off switch. Cause I getting kind of tired of working that button there. Go ahead.
There you go. Get yourself one of those foot switches. Just do a little bit of toe action there.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let me give out that number again. If anybody else wants to comment, if you're listening on shortwave radio or you got a ham radio that won't talk this far, or you just don't feel like firing it up, our phone patch number here is 931-201-4202. Captain Dave's phone patch. The Captain Dave shows on the air, TGIF. And, boy, we had a real good conversation with my nephew down there in Houston, Texas, who's an air traffic controller. Starting right at the time the storm was coming in, and as they were shutting down the airport and, hunkering down at home and everything that was going on, and just real good behind-the-scenes information, and all the way up to the time that FedEx flew in the barbecue from Memphis to all the air traffic controllers. And anyway, the air traffic controllers going to one of their own to rip out drywall and help them with a house restoration. That was a real good story. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was. Really, you're right, though. That's something to be able to tell his kids and his grandkids down the years here. Write it all down before you forget.
Right. I was hoping to hear something from the ham community. If you check in your list here, I got my AirPad on. It's kind of hard to operate and search, but I had, I thought about it, but I didn't do anything. I know anybody down there that's helping in the ham community, they probably had their hands full, didn't have time to talk on the phone patch, but now, since maybe the worst is over with, there's still a lot of work to be done, but we would love to talk to a ham operator down there that's been involved with emergency communications with some of the officials in Houston. That would be great to have them on. Anyway, I know they got some ham clubs down there. I had done a little homework on that earlier in the week, but I got busy and I was going to do some emailing and give out the phone patch number. But anyway, just got into a lot of work that I didn't have time to do. But we've had a lot of things going on here too, mostly outdoor projects. Now we got to start all over again. A lot of limbs. We're just glad our antenna's still up here. But we did have a lot of limbs come down and got kind of touch and go there. I just hunkered down in the basement in my room down there. Of course, anyway, let me. I just got your text, Greg. So anyway, okay. Let's see. We got the number 2. Now, who are we calling here? LaBerge Lake, Lake Charles, Louisiana. What is this number 2, Greg?
That's like a 5-star hotel or casino down in Lake Charles. It's probably the best hotel for 100 miles either direction. And if President Trump's going to be going there, that's probably where he's going to be staying. It's a casino down there in Lake Charles, right on the water. So I wouldn't doubt that they got flooded in some way, shape, or form.
All right. Well, if Donald Trump's going to be down there, that place has already been swept by the Secret Service, and they done had the dogs in there and everything else. Let me tune up here just a second. Hello, test 1 2. Water. That's the only thing about ladder line. You get that water in the ladder line. I believe that's okay now. It's spiking a little bit, but it's still below 1 to 1.25. I think it's okay. All right. Well, let's call him. Call me. KI4THY, Captain Dave. Anybody else want to give us a holler before we tie the thing up here with another call? You gave us a holler here at KI4THY. We're going to take a pause here and see if we got any more ham operators that may want to comment or holler at us or check in with us. KI4THY. Let's take a break here and see if anybody wants to holler. Go ahead. All right, I think they're listening. They're too busy listening. Anyway, let's go to Lake Charles. I got that number right here. Let me go back to the phone number. Area code 337-395-7777. There we go. KI4THY in communication with WA2SFT, third-party traffic.
Thank you for calling
Lake Charles.
Resort in Lake Charles.
Lake Charles.
Luxury entertainment in Southwest Louisiana.
Yelder.
Are you looking to reserve, change, or cancel a stay at our AAA Four Diamond Hotel?
Oh.
If so, press 1.
Should we?
In need of My Choice Rewards program information?
Oh, I like to check in.
To book a spa appointment, golf tea time, or other resort activity?
Golf tea time, yeah.
To hear about this month's special events and promotions, press 4.
Oh.
To repeat this menu, press 9. To speak... Please hold on while I try that extension.
Yeah. Yeah, let's check in. Hey, we got a party at 3. We got me, you, and Laura. Yowzer. No, we don't want to do that today.
You've reached the Bears Casino Resort Lake Charles. Someone will be with you shortly. Until then, just imagine relaxing in a lazy river. Eating yourself considering a nervous neighbor and unique restaurant. Now that's delight. Please have your...
Oh, hell, they're giving us a run around. We'll go back with them later. They sound like they're full up. Maybe they got the Secret Service checking in there. You never know. Anyway, you gave me another number here, Greg. KI4THY. Now this, I assume you're up in going to Nevada now. This has got to have something to do with the Burning Man thing up there with all them 70,000 people. And you give me the number here to KLAP radio, community radio. Well, that's good. It's non-commercial, so that'll keep Laura Smith happy. We can't I guess we can't legally speak with a commercial radio. But even though we did talk to WLS TV a long time ago, so we're not going to worry about that. We might talk about that. I might incriminate myself with Laura. But anyway, let's see, 89.5 KLAP community radio in Gurlitch, Nevada. I assume, Greg, that's or somewhere. Go ahead.
It's actually quite a ways from Reno, but Reno is probably one of the largest cities near there, but it's quite a ways away. It's actually up in the Black Rock Desert, which is basically high desert, a lot of sand, and the Burning Man, yeah, you're right, they expect like 70,000 plus people in there, and there is no cell service there. Like I said, people just dress up, like that movie Mad Max, and they do their light shows. As a matter of fact, if you get on YouTube and you do a Burning Man live stream, it's a giant light show probably at this time of night. But they say that they say don't get sick if you go to this Burning Man. Just don't. I guess it runs from August 27th to September 4th, so there's about 3 more days of this thing going. But down there in Gurlitch, Nevada, I guess it's a population of about 230 people, give or take, and that is the only town with the closest phone to it. Over.
All right, well, we got a phone here, so let's give them a call. Area code 530. Anyway, KI4THY in communication with WA2SFT. We got third-party traffic coming from Gurlitch, Nevada. Yowzer. So let's see if anybody's there. Wait a minute. Let me redial here. 530-279. All righty. And you got his name is Jeff. Jeff. They're probably on automated. I doubt there's anybody there this time. Most of these radio stations operate without anybody. They're just a computer program running. That's all we got. They just hook up to a network. They don't get anybody. What about, we'd be better off going back to our old pattern of operation and trying to find maybe the nearest watering hole over there. And you probably get more out of them than anybody.
I'm getting ready to do that right now.
Okay. Have you read my You read my mind there. KI4THY Captain Dave show here, 931-201-4202. Having fun with ham radio on Friday night. And what a good interview. Maybe somebody recorded that interview we did with my nephew and I put it on YouTube. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good story. Anyway, I want to, maybe we'll get a ham operator. By the way, if anybody's listening out there, if you know of a ham operator or somebody that's part of the ham radio community in the Houston area or Lake Charles, any of those places, Port Arthur, we don't care where you are, where they are, but give us, you can email me and give me either their phone number or email. It'd be better if I had a phone number. But you can email me their phone number at ki4thy@gmail.com. ki4thy@gmail.com. Give me the name and the phone number. First name's fine, or the call sign. And we'll try to get a hold of them and ask them some questions about what the ham community is doing down there in the Houston, Texas area. So if anybody wants to do that, you can email me at email address there. So anyway, let's see. Greg has just sent me another phone number. Let's see what we got here. Bruno's Country Club and Motel. Now, Bruno's Country Club and Motel, area code 775. Is that near Reno, Greg?
That's also in Gerlach, Nevada. That's northwestern Nevada.
All right. Well, let's do some third-party traffic here. KI4THY, Captain Dave with WA2 SFT. We got third-party traffic coming from Bruno's Club and Motel. Club and Motel. It's good to have them all. I have it all together right there. Do your clubbing and your motelling, and the no-telling. Whatever stays there, don't leave there. However that goes. Bruno's. Now, if the ambient volume's too loud, it won't work. Everything's got boxes on it. We got too many boxes here. And, so anyway, let's...
Bruno, this is Amy.
Amy, can you hear me, Amy? Amy, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Amy? Hello, Amy. Can you hear me, Amy? You can hear me. Okay, Amy, I'm a ham operator in Tennessee, and the reason we're calling you is that we're trying to find out information on this Burning Man thing. You know anything about it? The Burning Man? All right, let me put you back on the thing here. We want to know if what they're doing over there. I understand that they've got about 70,000 people in there, and yeah. So what has it affect your business?
We're busy.
So are you getting a lot of runoff from the Burning Man show over there? You got anybody in there? Let me go back. Do you have anybody that's been to the Burning Man convention up there in your club that we might be able to talk to? Yeah, that's where we get most of our entertainment is from bars, but anyway, this thing is how long does this thing last? Does it go on through the weekend, Labor Day weekend?
Burn the man on Sunday. No, they burn him on Saturday, and then they burn the temple on Sunday, and then everybody goes home Monday.
So what do they do up there? They got a light show, or a lot of music, and it's all about partying, huh?
Yeah, and artwork, and I don't know, a lot of different things like that, and it's very open.
Very open.
A lot of partying, and no money is exchanged.
No money.
Yeah, out there they all give away things for free, no money.
Bob, would that...
Did you get okay? Yeah.
Would that include sex? A lot of sex going on too, you think?
Well, they can't exchange sex, but I'm sure there's a lot of sex going on, yeah.
But if there's no money, if there's no money exchanging, then it's all free sex. Sounds like that'd be a good ascertain or whatever.
It's not like that at all. I mean, when I say they exchange things, like they give out grilled cheese sandwiches, different camps give out grilled cheese sandwiches or coffee. It just depends. Some do pedicures. It's all choice. Everybody goes out there and camps.
Right. But it's not like Woodstock or anything like that.
Well, I don't know. I've never been to Woodstock.
But have you been out to the Burning Man?
Yes, I have.
All right. So anyway, they're gonna have a burning when Saturday or Sunday?
They burn the man Saturday.
They burn the man Saturday.
Yeah.
And I guess you can see that on YouTube or something?
Yep, you can go online and read all about it.
All right. Hey, Greg, you got a question for Amy over there?
Hey, yeah, Amy. I got a real quick question. Are you closer to Reno or Winnemucca? And how far of a drive is it from Reno International Airport out there to Burning Man?
He wants to know.
I think I might have doubled there. Yeah, how far of a drive is it from Reno International Airport out to Burning Man?
Anyway, she's about 112 miles. She's about 112 miles there, Greg.
Oh, okay, real good, 112 miles. Now, how much is a ticket to get in there? I've heard different prices. I've heard it's like $20 entry fee, but I also heard it's $1,000 to get in there. Or is it $1,000 if you bring in a camper?
Yowzer. Can you say it one more time?
Yowzer.
Have a good one, Amy. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. The Burning Man. Yeah, they're gonna have the burning tomorrow, and there's something about burning a temple. I mean, I've never heard about that. I've heard about the Burning Man, but I don't know whether they had some kind of a temple. It sounds pretty heathen out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, they actually, like I said, if you get online, well, it's probably dark out there now, but it goes 24 hours. They actually got a camera, webcam, and it'll actually do panning back and forth. And normally they build the Burning Man statue out of wood. I think it's been like 50, 60, 80 feet, whatever. But this year, it looks like they build it inside of a little building there, or a structure, so I guess that's the temple she's talking about. And yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to see it. I'd never seen one burn, just pictures of it, but not actually see a video of it. But yeah, that's what they do. They go there, and like I said, I have a friend who actually, he used to go to it every year. I don't know if he does anymore. Out of upstate New York, and he's like an old hippie from the 60s. He says that you go to that thing once, and he says you'll never miss a year after.
Yeah, well, I heard about the Burning Man. The only thing I could think of was that movie called The Wicker Man, and actually he was in some kind of a wicker statue, and they burned him up, I guess, at the end. And but anyway, this is there's nobody in there, of course, and it's so I'll have to go back and YouTube it, and I guess they've got archives of years past. That I don't know, but that sounds like they do a lot of painting faces and do I guess it's a big arts and crafts thing, and I don't know. Like I say, I don't know that much about it. I guess I'm leading a sheltered life out here in this area of the country, where we have mostly Christians still, including myself, and I don't know. It sounds sounds real interesting. If they got 70,000 people, then it sounds like Berkeley's a ghost town over there. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I tell you, like I said, you ever see that movie Mad Max with Mel Gibson in his younger years, where he's all dressed up like jackets and driving around in cars that are like stripped down and are built up with wood. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that how wild it is?
Oh, it's just like it. That's why I say you get on that webcam, you get on YouTube and put in Burning Man. If you go on the top there, they got like recommended and this and that. Well, there's one thing there called Live. Over to where Live is and go down in there and look for Burning Man 2017. Like I said, it'll be a complete light show right now. People are riding around on their bicycles, and all their bicycle spokes have like lights and stuff on them, fluorescent lighting. But during the day, you see these things cruising around. They actually have look like land yachts. They're like boats constructed on top of a frame of a car. They drive them across the desert. It's funny. A little buffoonery. Anyways, KI4THY, WA2SFT.
All right, anyway, KI4THY, and let's see. KI4THY with WA2SFT. Anyway, I had my AirPad on. Anyway, I was switching over here to the Jack Daniel barbecue. I need to get my microphone over here a little bit more. I can pull my AirPad over here. Anyway, let's see here. We're kind of changing gears. I was going to talk about the Jack Daniel barbecue. It's coming up less than 60 days, more like 50 days. But 22 international teams coming. Again, looks like they got all these international teams. And of course, all you people out there, Greg and I met over at the last year's 2016 Jack Daniel barbecue. It's always held near the last Saturday of October. I'm on their Jack Daniel's website, and this year we got a lot of people coming in. I think. Let's see. This is the 2017 lineup is Austria, Australia, Canada, the Czech Republic, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Poland, Sweden, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom. Let's see, they've got, now that may not be the complete lineup yet. I'm on, they've got but anyway, I'm on their website right now. They got a little video. I think what they're talking about is last year's. That's last year's results. And I'm sitting here looking, and I can't look and operate. But anyway, we'll go on to our next call. And I did want to bring that out, that you can go online there. I don't know how many people would like to do that, but it is a small area. It really opens up. I think last year they had almost 40,000 people show up, and we have a lot of bikers come in. It's a big deal. But after the international cookers take their barbecue to the judges, they give it away to the public. And all you need is to bring you plenty of bottled water and a roll of paper towels. You'll need them. A roll of paper towels and bottled water and a push cart. We brought the water last year, but we forgot the paper towels. This year we'll make sure we bring us a roll of paper towels, and maybe 2 rolls of paper towels, and do some fasting before we go. Anyway, back to you, Greg.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was the first time I ever went to that Jack Daniel's barbecue. I was very impressed with it. This year, make it down there, I have to bring Mia and our son, and that way, if you bring XYLs, you get a chance to meet Mia as well. But anyways, the only barbecue over there that I didn't really care for was from Poland. They had a total empty bin there where they had all their stuff in, but there was like 1 or 2 pieces. I had one of them, and I don't know. I think they ought to stay to making pierogies and kielbasa. They just don't make barbecue. I don't know. Maybe over in Poland they like that taste, but I didn't care for it over.
No, No, I didn't like it either. I don't even know whether I can't remember whether my taste buds were dead at the time. But anyway, this year it's going to be Saturday, October 28th, which that has to be Saturday in October. Saturday, October 28th. Sometimes it's the Saturday before the last, but they always have it right before Halloween. And so anyway, Saturday, October 28th is the 2017 Jack Daniel Barbecue, and this will be the 29th annual Jack Daniel Barbecue in Lynchburg, Tennessee. KI4THY, let's move on down the line here. Again, we got our phone patch opened up here, 931-201-4202. And I know you got us a couple more numbers there. Now, we got I noticed you gave me Bruno's Shell and 24-hour towing. And I guess that's down there in that same area of the Burning Man show, right?
Oh, exactly. And you know if they're like the only gas station for 70, 80 miles or services, and there's 70,000 people there, they're probably running head over heel trying to pull people or give them gas or whatever. So I'm sure they're look forward to Burning Man every year.
Oh, and they on top of that, there could be a gas shortage. Lord have mercy. We need to ask them about that. Is that Hurricane Harvey? How's that working on your gas? So let's call Bruno Shell and 24-hour towing, everybody. KI4THY, the Captain Dave Show on 3843. It's Friday night, TGIF. And Captain Dave's not drinking tonight, so we'll have a good sober time. And I had to do that on purpose because I was going to have my nephew on here, and he don't know how I get here. So I got to keep up appearances here, at least with a immediate family. The owner. So anyway, let's see. Let's do the third-party traffic thing again. KI4THY in communication with WA2SFT. So we got this here third-party traffic coming on the ham radio from Bruno's Shell and 24-hour towing right here live. So we're gonna be talking about the Burning Man over there. He's burning. They may run out of gas though. They may be running out of gas over there. We'll see. Bruno. Let's talk to Mr. Bruno. Hello.
Bruno's Gas and Towing. This is Matthew. How may I help you?
Hey Matthew, my name is David. I'm on ham radio over in Tennessee. And we understand that you're probably the only gas station around, and you're serving all them people over at the Burning Man show.
Okay.
Yeah, and how's that Hurricane Harvey working for you? Are you having any problem getting any gas up there?
No, we're too far away from it.
Okay, well good. You don't have to worry about no Colonial Pipeline out there.
No, that's true.
So anyway, how's business these days with all this hoopla over there at the Burning Man show?
Oh, actually, that's our busiest time of year. So
can you when they start burning over there, can you see it from your place?
I don't know. This is my first year here, so I'll find out tomorrow night.
So has business been pretty brisk? Is people coming in and what do you have there?
Steady.
Yeah. The who?
Pretty steady.
Is your towing business being pretty steady too?
Oh yeah. Repairs. Our shop here's been a little bit busy as well. So.
Well, has anybody had to have any towing done here in the last last few hours or anything?
Not that I know of.
So what do the people do when they go over there? Have you heard much? We're over here. We're just a few miles from the Jack Daniel Distillery. And, it's kind of a sleepy area here.
Good Lake's pretty sleepy, too, except for this time of year, so...
Yeah. So what do they do over there?
I don't know. Since I haven't been there myself, and like I said, this is my first year here in Gerlach, so...
Right.
I guess it's as good as mine.
Now, the biggest thing we have over here besides the Jack Daniel Barbecue would be Bonnaroo. They bring in like 80,000 people. It's all multi-stage music and everything. So this Burning Man thing, I heard it was more like Mad Max.
Well, kind of like Woodstock nowadays.
It is. So what's the age group? I mean, what kind of?
They want they want adults, of course, but they do have a family-friendly area out there, so it just depends.
So it's not really that much of a heathen thing.
Well, it's pretty heathen. There's some debauchery going on out there, so it's a free-for-all.
All right, if you got a minute, I got Greg over here. He's over near the Cumberland Plateau, headed toward the Appalachian Mountains near Knoxville. And Greg, you got a question?
Hey, how you doing there? Very good audio coming through on the phone patch. Very, very good. You say you just moved to Gerlach. Where are you from originally?
Me, I'm from California originally. Decided to move out here.
Oh, what part of Cal?
Originally Los Angeles. Last part of my years was Sacramento. Then I moved over to here, Gerlach.
Oh, okay. I used to live in Southern California many, many years ago down in Belmont Shore, Long Beach, and Seal Beach.
Oh, okay, right.
Very good, very good. I also lived in South Lake Tahoe for a while, and I miss that. It's probably one of the most beautiful places on the planet.
All right. But anyway, back to the Burning Man show. You would say the range of people that come into there are what, young adults, or do you have any?
We've got a lot of old people too, so it's multi-age.
So do they have any named act bands or anything playing? They got any?
No bands. It's just like big art show.
A big art show.
Yep.
Kind of like what you see in Berkeley or San Francisco, or
yeah, kind of like that.
Something like that.
Matter of fact, that's what Burning Man used to be with San Francisco.
And the only thing I think that's close to it would be that warehouse that burned in Oakland. It was kind of a crazy place.
Yep.
But anyway, back to your what do you sell there? You kind of like a general store on top of that?
Oh no, all we do here is we sell gas and repairs, and that's it.
Oh, okay. You haven't been approached by any people from the Middle Eastern area wanting to buy you out?
No. As a matter of fact, this is family-owned. We're independent. It used to be Shell, but they went independent. The family wants to keep it that way.
Right. So are you near an interstate or anything, or just a state road there?
It is actually a state highway. It's Highway 447.
Highway 447. Anyway, Greg, you got anything else you want to ask?
Yeah, you said it's family-owned. I see there's like Bruno's Shell, there's Bruno's Country Club. So the Brunos must be the Rockefellers of Gerlach, Nevada, huh?
Yeah, I suppose so. He passed away actually recently, and that his grandson took over the management. So it is kind of like the Rockefellers here.
Yowzer. All right.
Do you have any slot machines up there? Being in Nevada, any local poker games going on?
When Bruno passed away, the license went with him. So the grandson hasn't re-upped the license yet.
So there's no slot machines in any of the Brunos. So all that.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so you got to go down to the big Megalopolis Arena or Winnemucca, huh?
Saturday midnight is the burn, and then everybody has to be off the what we call the playa, the desert out there, by 12 o'clock Sunday afternoon.
Now, the land where they're having the Burning Man, is that privately owned, or is that?
No, that's government. It's called the Bureau of Land Management handles that, so it's Nevada property.
Did you say Bureau of Land Management? Oh, Lord. Well, the last big ruckus we had out there was at Burns, Oregon. We did a lot of foam patching out of Burns, and that was but these people are doing it. I guess they got a permit from the Bureau of Land Management. I guess
that is correct. They pay a hefty price for that, but you know what? Bureau of Land Management is happy to take their money.
All right. Did you know that, Greg?
I knew it was on state land. I just didn't know exactly what the whole deal was there.
The Bureau of Land Management, he says, Greg.
Unbelievable. Now that's high desert. I'm used to low desert. Now that high desert up there, does it? You get like sand and everything else, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, it still snows in the winter, but yeah, it's sand, it's scrub. Matter of fact, we have a good fire going on right now out in Scrub Rush because of some lightning storms a few days back.
Right. So what's the temperature up there now?
Right now it's sitting in the 90s to 100s. Not too bad. We get a week about really hot days, about 105, and then it cools down again. So it's not bad at all.
So what's the temperature now at night?
Actually, it drops down to sometimes 60, 50.
All right. Yeah, we're getting close to 60 right now ourselves, and we're getting a cold front come through with that Hurricane Harvey. But anyway, Greg, hey, we appreciate you talking with us. Your name was Matthew?
That's correct.
Matthew, you've been really helpful in giving us a lot of information about the the geographic area you're in, and also the big Burning Man show that they do. I guess that thing is just as popular as the balloons in Albuquerque.
Yep. Do me a favor. Give me your number. I'm going to get my license here in a few months, so I can reach out again.
Yeah. Good. Get your ham license. Anyway, our call sign is KI4THY. KI4THY. You can Google it. You can pull me up on what they call QRZ, or just Google KI4THY, and I guarantee you'll be watching the internet. It takes you all night to watch everything they put about old Captain Dave. I go under the AKA Captain Dave, and we're on the 80-meter band or 75-meter band now. We're on lower side band 3843 kilohertz, and we do have a lot of people that we talk to direct out there in New Mexico and Nevada, California. We get out pretty good at night.
Yeah, we've got a couple people here with ham. That's actually, I've been interested all my life, and I finally found a way to get, don't need my tech license and all that, so it's just like, hell, might as well get it.
All right. Well, give us a holler. That's our call sign, and we can give you our phone patch number. Maybe you can give a call in. We're usually on Friday nights from 9 until 12 Central Time, so that would be 7. Anyway, you're Pacific, aren't you?
Yeah, Pacific.
Okay, well that'd be 6 to 10 your time, I guess.
Yeah, you can give me your time. I understand. I used to be in the military back east, so.
All right. Anyway, we got Greg over there, WA2SFT. How about that, Greg? He's going to be able to get on maybe with us on Live Ham Radio. Go ahead.
Oh, that's awesome. Sounds like a good candidate here for Friday nights. See, here's one other thing I was going to ask you. Oh, yeah, cell service. Do you guys get any decent cellular service out there? I hear there's no cell service out in Black Rock City where Burning Man is, but what about where you're at?
Yeah, we actually have diesel out here. We have only regular and diesel gas.
What about cell phone service?
Oh, cell phone. Yeah, Verizon. That's it.
So you got Verizon. Do the people out? I guess the people out there at the Burning Man, probably got.
Actually, they do. They put up their own tower for those 2 weeks that they're out there, or the week that they're out there. Then after they're done, they take it down.
Oh, good. Well, would you happen to have any? Would you happen to know anybody in their phone number that may be attending that we might be able to call?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know.
Do you know who we might call and find out?
That I don't know either.
Okay, well, we'll just keep digging. We got Greg over here. He's on the internet. Well, that's good to know. Anyway, Greg got the Verizon cell phone service out there. We'll have to see if we can find somebody out there to talk to us on the phone. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I think I found something else here. It's got a real weird number to it. There's one for Burning Man, and there's another one for the Pongo Lounge, which supposedly makes a lot of the stuff over there.
All right, real good. Well, get your license there, Matthew. We're going to keep forging ahead, and we talked to Tijuana. We talked to Tijuana, Mexico on this show, on the phone patch, of course, and we get the prices set. It's about $60 down there now. We've actually gone as far over as Seoul, South Korea, and Guam, and some of the service bases over there, Okinawa, and we talked to Hawaii and all over the place, down in Argentina. We just go crazy on Friday night.
All right, gentlemen, well, I've got to get going back to work here, so.
All right, Matthew, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You have a good one, too.
Bye. KI4THY with, and that was Matthew over there at Bruno's. Let me put it about Bruno. Bruno Shell and 24-hour towing. And Bruno he's the Rockefeller of that area. And he passed away, and when he died, he took his gaming license with him. So they don't have any gambling out there anymore at their establishment. So anyway, Greg, you sent me a bunch more numbers here. WA2SFT. This is Captain Dave show here, everybody. 3843. And we're having fun tonight. I hadn't even had anything to drink, and I'm having fun. I didn't know you could do that. But anyway, Now this Burning Man info number, what is that? And then I've got Oriental Spa. That goes back down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Then we got the Pogo Lounge. So what do we do here first, Greg?
Well, that's an area code on the Pongo Lounge. It says Burning Man. They actually have some sort of site there. And I don't know, I've never heard of the 831 area code, so it might be that cell site, something special. But that one down in Baton Rouge, it's only open at 12 a.m., so you've got another 49 minutes to call that one.
Why do we need to call Baton Rouge? Is that a club?
No, that's a spa.
Oh, the Oriental Spa. Okay. All right, yeah, let's change gears. We can do that. KI4THY with third-party traffic coming from the Oriental Spa in a great Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Third-party traffic. We're in communication with WA2SFC. This is KI4THY, Captain Dave. Hey, let's take a pause and see if anybody wants to holler at us. Let's take a pause here, and let me dash out the door here. KI4THY. I'm having a burning, it ain't Burning Man, it's burning prostate. Be right back. KI4THY.
Hey, Ralph, N1RAJ and W7CSA. How you doing there? WA2SFT. Go ahead, Ralph. Take it. Yeah, W7CSA, go ahead.
Oh, hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, I just tuned in a little while ago and heard you in here. I couldn't quite remember what frequency you're on. I finally found you. And I was just wondering if Captain Dave, I thought he said he was going to make it over here to Shelby Hamfest, but I guess he didn't.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Shelby's, I guess Shelby's tomorrow, ain't it? I just saw that a few hours ago, but no, I won't be making it over there to Shelby. I forgot your name and your QTH, over.
Yeah, name's Robert. I'm in Gastonia, North Carolina. And it's only about 15 miles to Shelby.
Okay, Gastonia, real good. Yeah, I'm sure you're copying Ralph up there in Maine.
Haven't come back to me. I'm not sure if I'm copying him or not, over.
Yeah, Ralph, are you copying Robert down there in Gastonia?
Yeah, Roger. Hello, Roger. Hello, Brent. Dave. Those quite phone call. Burwack is pretty time up there. A pretty cool place. That's about it. I'm surprised you're hearing me. I guess conditions aren't as bad as I thought they were. But I'm going to sit here and listen. And 7 degrees all over.
Okay, you say you've been up to Gerlach, Nevada, huh? Okay, well, I've been up to Winnemucca and Reno, but I never took that state highway up there to Gerlach. I didn't even know Gerlach existed until just a few hours ago there, over.
Contact. That is just one of the most beautiful pictures. I've been a few places in the Rockies. Pyramid Lake is turquoise color. Very, very beautiful. That's about it. I wish I could just capture anything. You know, a lot of people think it's just a bunch of dopeheads. A lot of onions.
Interesting. WA2S50. Yeah, I think there was a station wanted to break in there. Go ahead. Was there another station wanted to join?
KK4YUQ. I was just wanting to say hello to Captain Dave there.
Yowzer. Howdy.
Howdy, Captain Dave. This is Bill from across the hill.
All right, Bill. Appreciate you listening here. You been enjoying the show tonight?
Yes, I have. It's been very informative.
All right, real good. Well, you're putting in a real good signal. We're finally getting our football weather. Well, I appreciate you saying howdy, and we'll let Greg, whoever he's talking to, Greg, that's Bill. He's over the hill from us. He's over in Kimball, Tennessee, between us and Chattanooga. You know where that is.
Oh yeah. Hey, Bill. How you doing there, buddy?
Oh, we're doing all right there. I just want to say howdy, Captain Dave there.
Real good. Now, there's another station there, too, W7CSA, Robert, out in Gastonia.
Well, I couldn't hardly hear him. I wasn't picking him up real good. My antenna ain't real high up off the ground. I'll back off here and say 73s, and good night to y'all, and I'll be listening to you here on the side.
We have a good evening, and I think Captain Dave's getting ready to make a phone call over there to Baton Rouge, Louisiana there, home of Joe Dirt. That's where Joe Dirt was born, Baton Rouge.
Well, that really sounds interesting there.
Yeah, I got that Burning Man up there. Boy, that's a big old statue they got. That looks like one of them old Japanese science fiction movies. One of them there robots. And then I see right behind it, that must be what you call the temple. So we'll have to check in to find out how that started. But anyway, I can see all that stuff. That's real interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that picture before, but I'm on the site. So we're going to go back to Burning Man. Anyway, Bill, thanks a lot for listening, everybody. Thanks a lot for listening. We're just having fun here on ham radio. So we, through the miracle of Captain Dave's phone patch, we're traveling. You never know where Captain Dave will be traveling. Yeah, it's like going back and being in the Navy again, and traveling around the world. We never knew, where we was going next until up until the first few days before. But anyway, we're going to go down right now. We're going to break away from Nevada, where we just made that call to Bruno's Shell and 24-hour towing up there near the Burning Man show in the desert. And Bureau of Land Management land up there. They evidently leased it for the Burning Man show. Anyway, we're going to go down to the Oriental Spa in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, down there to the Oriental Spa. And are we ready to roll there, Greg? Yowzer. We've gotten a couple of yowzers tonight out of people. Anyway, KI4THY in communication with WA2SFT. We got third-party traffic. We're going to sashay down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to the Oriental Spa. Hey, Sev. I wonder what they do down there. Yowzer. Cool off. If they're open. Oh, yeah, they'll be open. Open for business. Now, what we want to do, Greg, we want to check in. I guess it's too late to check in. Hello there. Hello. My name is David. Is this the Oriental Spa?
Yeah.
All right. Who am I speaking with?
Huh?
My name is David, and we were interested in everything down there. How's business? We're on. I'm a ham operator in Tennessee. My name is David, a.k.a. Captain Dave, and I do a live radio show on shortwave radio. I'm a ham operator, and we've been following the Hurricane Harvey news down there in Houston and up around Lake Charles. And we thought we'd call down there to see how if it's affected your business.
Business is terrible.
Business is terrible, huh?
Yeah.
So when did business start falling off? When the hurricane came?
I don't know.
Was it just Been slow. So, what kind of place is it? Can you get something to eat there?
No.
Just come in and just relax. And get a good rub down, right? Can you get a massage?
Yeah.
All right. And where are you from originally?
China.
China? I hope so. Well, that's the Oriental Spa. We're a U.S. Navy veteran. We've been to Hong Kong. And I think my buddy on the other end, I think Greg's been to, Greg, you've been to Beijing, haven't you?
I've been to Shanghai and Guangzhou.
Shanghai and Guangzhou. And so how long you been in the country? Is this a old family business? Old family business?
Okay.
Do what?
Not much English, okay?
Oh, not much English. That's okay. Will you speak Mandarin? Mandarin? Anyway, Greg, how's your Chinese, Greg?
The only thing I know how to say is thank you. It's shishi. But how much? How much and how long?
Oh yeah. How much? How much money does it cost to come in? How much money? Dollars. How much dollars to have your service? To have spa money. How much money to have spa? Okay. Do you have somebody that speaks English there? Better? Okay. Okay, thank you. What did you say? How do you say? Thank you, Greg. Go ahead.
Shishi.
Oh, shishi. Thank you, shishi. Bye-bye. Thank you. Shishi. Can you say yowzer? Yowzer. Goodbye. Have a good one. Yowzer. There we go. Another one of them callers. She sounded real sweet, though. And from China. And so anyway, that's an authentic Oriental spa. I mean, you go in there, you're going to China. Yowzer. KI4THY. I didn't know. So anyway, what do we do now, Greg? Let's go down to the next number on the list. What are we doing? We're going away from. We're going back. Oh yeah, we got the Pongo Lounge. The Pongo Lounge 831. So that gets us back up there. Does that get us back up there? And that gets us up northern Nevada?
Yes, it does.
Okay, the Pongo Lounge, KI4THY in communication with WA2SFT third-party traffic from the Pongo Lounge. The Pongo Lounge. Isn't ham radio fun? You just got to get into it. You got to get into it. We ain't going to talk about our ailments here. We're going to talk about other people's stuff. Versatility. We call that ham radio creativity. I'll have to start writing a column. And, hello. Hello there. Is this the Pongo Lounge?
Hello?
Hello there. My name is David.
Yep.
My name is David. Is this the Pongo Lounge?
Can I help you, David?
Yeah, can I get your name?
I don't know who you are.
Let me tell you who I am. My name is David, a.k.a. Captain Dave. I'm a ham operator in Tennessee. I'm over here near the Jack Daniel Distillery near Lynchburg, Tennessee. And I got another guy on the ham radio. He's over in Cookeville, Tennessee. And we got all the people in North America listening in here. I do a little call-in show every Friday night from 9 to 12 Central Time. We got about a half hour left in it, but we do want to call you and see how that Burning Man show up there is. How's that affecting your business? And or is it pulling everybody away from your business?
Well, I'm not a business.
Oh, okay.
Pongo Lounge is an actual camp at Burning Man.
Uh-huh.
And do you know what that means?
No, tell us. I don't know. I live a sheltered life here.
What?
I live a sheltered life here. I'm I live in the backwoods of Tennessee. You know, I'm on a lake out here in a heavily wooded area. But anyway, that's what we're on here. We've been calling around. We talked to Bruno's towing company over there and talked to Matthew. He gave us some insight on what was going on. And we're just trying to educate people on the big celebration out here in your area.
I see. Okay. Well, Burning Man is a pretty great festival, really. It's not actually a festival. Burning Man is not, it's not considered a festival. It's considered more of a gathering of the minds, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
And the Pogo Lounge is one of about, 10,000 camps at Burning Man.
Oh,
And each camp does different things at the burn, but Pogo Lounge specializes in sound and music.
right.
So our specialty is sound, and so we have sound equipment that we bring out to Burning Man, and we play music all week long for people to dance and enjoy. And the Pogo Lounge is one of many camps out there. Each specializes in doing different things during the week of Burning Man.
So you're actually at the site?
I just left, actually.
So are you camping out, or you're back home?
I run the camp. I run Pogo Lounge with 5 other people.
Oh.
I am from California, and I have others. I'm from the Bay Area, and I have the other people that run the camp with me. I have one from Boston,
Right.
one from Germany. We have a South African and another German, and we all run the camp together.
Oh.
We have engineers and doctors and geneticists in our camp, because our camp is more focused on education rather than something else.
Right.
So we all hang out for a week, and we enjoy each other's company, and we educate, and we listen to great music, and we dance.
All right. So what kind of music do you put out?
All different kinds. Just kind of depends on who's playing the music at that particular moment. There's live music, and there's non-live music, which would be like what someone would consider a DJ, playing house music or dance music.
What about country music? Y'all play any country
Yeah,
music?
we do a lot of bluegrass in our camp or around the area. There's bluegrass live musicians, some country music, some folk. There's every kind of music that you could possibly imagine at Burning Man. And there's some of the best musicians in the world are there just playing their music and having a good time.
And then did I get your name? First name?
My name is Madeline.
Madeline. Okay, Madeline, you sound real sweet. Anyway, I got Greg over here. He's another ham operator, and I know he's chomping at the bit to ask you some information since you're right there, almost in the, right in the area and providing a service to the crowd there. So anyway, Greg, we got Madeline on the line there, KI4THY with WA2SFC. Go ahead.
Yeah, WA2SFC. Hi, Madeline. Glad to meet you. So you're actually at the Burning Man facility right there, and I assume that there is no cell service, but I understand that just for the festival, they actually construct and have their own cellular tower for communications. Is that correct?
I think that there are some towers at Burning Man, yes. And so it depends on what, obviously it would depend on what carrier people have, but cell phones do now work at Burning Man.
Okay, now, what if there's, I believe there's like 70,000 people there. What happens in the event if somebody gets sick or injured? Do they have to somehow get them transported down to Reno or Winnemucca, or are there actual medical staff at the grounds there over?
We have a full medical facility at Burning Man that is has X-ray machines, and there are professional doctors that we bring on staff to help with whether it be sickness or whatever comes, someone falls or hurts themselves, whatever it is. They can treat them there at Burning Man, and there's no charge to be treated at Burning Man if you're hurt. So we can take care of that, or if it's a more dire emergency, then we have an airport where we can fly people to the Reno Hospital, which is the closest hospital to Burning Man.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a MASH unit. Interesting. And I also was told, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is after the Burning Man event, everything is totally dismantled, picked up, and it's like there was no sign of human activity over the past week. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's a Leave No Trace event. Leave No Trace is a big principle that Burning Man wants to teach all of us that, live on this planet, that we need to not leave any trace that we existed in that place. So over the 2 or 3 week period, the city is built out in the middle of the desert, and the event goes on for 1 week, and then there's a huge effort to clean up the desert and make it as if we were never there.
Right, and of course it's whoever's the people that did the deal with a contract with the Bureau of Land Management. How much does it cost to rent the place out for the duration of your program? Do you have any idea what they pay the Bureau of Land Management to have their?
I don't have any idea on numbers, but I know the Bureau has been very clear about what they need, and the goal for the Burning Man is to do what it takes to make sure that the Bureau is happy with the situation.
Right, and do you have a lot of Native Americans come to it? Also, yeah, we do. We're pretty close to a Native American reservation at the Black Rock City, but people from all over the world come to Burning Man, so I would say that we have quite a few people of Native American descent that come to Burning Man. Okay, so plenty of porta toilets, plenty of food, plenty of entertainment, and of course you're the Pongo Lounge, which is you come to your what do you call it, a booth or your area of operation at the compound, and you play music by request, or you play blocks of music throughout the day, or how does that work?
So there's no requesting. People don't request music at Burning Man. Everything that you hear is something that has been created by the artist, and is kind of like a concert or a event that you would go to, a choir or something. It's already been put together or organized by a producer, and the producer is now sharing it with the people at Burning Man. And there's no money exchange. I don't know if you guys realize that. There's no money exchange at Burning Man, meaning you do purchase a ticket to be on the desert for a week, and that ticket pays for the infrastructure of the Black Rock City.
But other than that, there's no money exchange. So when you get to the desert, you can't buy things from people. You have to bring your own food, and you bring food to share. And if you want to eat, we have a principle at Burning Man called radical self-reliance. And you need to radically rely on yourself and take care of your fellow human being as well. So radical self-expression, radical self-reliance, leave no trace, these are all principles of Burning Man.
So a nice parity there with a lot of the values of Burning Man, also with the what we see going on in Houston, Texas after Hurricane Harvey. It seems like you're getting a lot of that down there too.
Yeah, so this is an organization that has formed from Burning Man, Burners Without Borders. It's one of the non-profit groups that have come out of this event. It's a group of Burning Man people that want to kind of reach out like Doctors Without Borders, but in a different way. That they come and they help with relief efforts all over the world. And they kind of treat, it's basically they serve and they help in times of crisis, and they also help with cleanup. So, it's called Burners Without Borders, the non-profit that has started off of Burning Man. There's another non-profit called BlackRock Solar. That's a solar company or a non-profit that has some Burning Man, and it builds solar arrays for many places all over the world. Usually places that obviously have an issue with electricity. And there's a few 501c3s that have stood off of Burning Man purely to serve and work with the needs of the world or the country or whatever we're dealing with at that time.
All right, that's great. Anyway, back to you, Greg, and I'm going to ask you also, Madeline, about maybe you've been mentioning producers or whatever. It came to mind that hopefully there's somebody there with video cameras, doing a documentary about it. I'm sure there's probably they've done something in the past too, hadn't they?
There is a documentary that has been made about Burning Man and the history of Burning Man. And it's called Spark, S-C-A-R-K.
Right.
And you can watch Spark on Netflix. I believe it's available on Netflix, but it's also available probably on Amazon. So it's a really good documentary about everything that I've talked about and much, much more. There's a lot of information online. There's a lot of videos that people have done on YouTube, and you can search. You can also read a lot about Burning Man on the BurningMan.org website. There's survival guides regarding how to survive in a place like Burning Man. And it's also a survival guide for just surviving in a place that is where you have to take care of yourself and take care of the planet and not pollute and leave no trace.
Right. Okay. KI-4THY, back to WA2FFT. Greg, you got anything else? Go ahead.
Yeah, I do. Actually, say if somebody like me just wanted to go there and I didn't have a ticket or anything like that, didn't buy it online, would I just be able to go up to the entrance and buy a ticket, purchase a ticket? Do they fill up? And if I did, what would a ticket be if I wasn't going to bring in a camper, if I was just going to, say, walk up there with a backpack and a bicycle over?
Yeah. So Burning Man has a limit because we work with the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, and we don't want to overtax the environment. And so there is a limit of tickets sold to Burning Man. I think the number's around 75 or 70,000 tickets. And then there's a lot of everything that's on with the event. We have a lot of volunteers as well that help run everything. And all of us are volunteers. There are people that are paid, but they don't, most of the event is all volunteer. And so you can't just arrive at Burning Man and expect to be able to walk in and take part in the event without purchasing a ticket, because we don't want more than the environment can handle. And we have to work within the specific guidelines of the BLM to have this festival and to have the privilege to carry it forward.
All right. Okay. That makes sense. Now, what about security? Is it like self-policing there, or do you have like a security team that actually go around and kind of keep everybody in line? Or I know that being from California, and I've lived in California, even though you're in Nevada, a lot of people there are from California, that there's a lot of gang activities and problems like that. How do they kind of keep any gangland violence down to a minimum or out of there? Over?
Yeah, interesting question. Burning Man has a few different ways that we keep security tight at Burning Man. There's a big organization called the Burning Man Black Rock City Rangers, and it's a group of volunteers that have been trained in keeping security at our festival. They are they work really well with people, and they basically are the security at the event. There's also the BLM Rangers that range around the whole event during the week and the weeks preceding and both before and after the event. And the Rangers are very nice, they're very trained, and they don't cut a lot of corners. So you don't see a lot of people getting out of control. And because Burning Man also it's very important not to serve alcohol to minors. And so there's a lot of checking ID. Every camp that serves alcohol, if they serve any alcohol, checks ID and is very responsible about that. So what you don't really see a lot of out of control behavior, like someone might think. I have never heard of any gang activity at Burning Man. And as far as staff, the Burning Man community is like a very friendly, educated group of people. And they're not the type of people that would steal from their fellow individuals. So the stuff is very, very minimal, if at all, at Burning Man. In fact, if you lose something at the burn, we have a huge group of people that handles the lost items. But you're 99.9% likely to get whatever it is you lost back eventually, just by going to the lost and found and looking for your goods, whatever it may be.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, I'll turn it back over there to Captain Dave. Appreciate all your input there, Madeline. And you have a great evening.
All right, thank you.
All right, yeah, Madeline, and let's see if we got anybody else that wants to ask Madeline a question about this Burning Man deal over there in Nevada at the Bureau of Land Management property, which goes on through the weekend. Anybody else got a question before we let Madeline go? Go ahead. KI4THY. Go ahead. All right, Madeline, thanks a lot for your help, and we appreciate the information on that documentary Spark, and we'll have to watch that.
Absolutely.
I've heard about it. There, you tell everybody we said hello, and we'll be looking to YouTube and with some of this year's activities. And by the way, if you ever get over in Tennessee, come on over to the Jack Daniel Barbecue And we have international cookers come in from all over the world. They have a big celebration. Of course, it's mostly country music, but you know, we live down here from Nashville, and you know how this area is. It's it's 101% country more than anything, I guess.
I love it. Well, I myself am a rancher with horses, and I appreciate great music and great talent.
Yeah.
And thanks for calling me, and have a wonderful year.
All right, yeah. Watch that Bluegrass Underground on PBS. It's they do it in a cave over here. They play bluegrass.
Wonderful.
They play bluegrass music called Bluegrass Underground. You can Google it, and but it's a regular PBS show nationwide.
Oh my goodness, I will.
All right, thank you. Have a good weekend. Happy Labor Day. Bye.
All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.
All right, another good phone pack there, Greg. Yeah, I was going to tell Bill. Of course, Bill over there in Campbell, he knows this, or may not know it. They have they're in the process of moving the Bluegrass Underground show from Cumberland Caverns in near McMinnville down to near Pelham, moving it from Warren County to Grundy County. And I think because the close proximity to I-24, so it's just off I-24 in Pelham, Tennessee. And I believe the venue is going to be inside the old Wonder Cave. Remember, there used to be a place called Wonder Cave in Pelham, off of I-24 and US 41. I don't know whether you knew that, Greg. Anyway, we'll send it back to you. This is Captain Dave on a Friday night TGIF show. And we were educated. We done found out all about the Burning Man celebration going on. Everybody needs to Google that. And I mean, I'm looking at the picture right now. It's got this looks like a big old robot from Tokyo or something. But anyway, a real interesting venue. So anyway, back to you, Greg. WA2SFT.
Yeah, WA2SFT. Actually, if you get on YouTube, like I said, and go up on the top tab there, bring it over to live, and look for Burning Man Live webcam, and it goes 24/7. And I'm sure they're going full bore right now. It's like a complete light show. But yeah, I kind of got a education on that too. I used to hear about it, but I didn't get as in depth with it as she did. So, and she was too nice to be able to ask her if Black Lives Matter or any of them Antifa people we went over there to stir shit up, and if Donald Trump would be would be welcome there if he showed up. But I don't know. I don't know. You might get a chance to talk to her again, though. Over.
Yeah, I've got that number. I'll have to remember that, Madeline. So we'll have to keep that in the file. So I don't know. I've got my blue light blinking on the phone here. Let's see. You sent me some other stuff here. Oh man. Anyway, it's 10 till 12. 10 till 12. We're not going to be up here too much longer there, Greg. And we got the Oasis Spa, Gonzales, Louisiana, and the Asian Massage in Baton Rouge. So I don't know about that. But anyway, let's see if anybody else wants to say hello. I don't want to. We need to let these other ham operators come in here and say hello or goodbye, or how do they like it? Is this something you like on ham radio? We enjoy doing it, but we want to make sure it conforms to the standards of ham radio. And I guess we'll know here in a week or two if we get a certified letter from Laura Smith. You know, as long as the postman don't ring twice, I guess what we're doing is kosher there, Greg. Go ahead.
We never know. She might be out there at the Burning Man celebration.
Yeah, you don't know. There may be some real interesting people out there. That's what I'd like to find out. You know, there might be some of these politicians. Congress is in recess, isn't it? I think it still is, or it was. But Harry Reid might be out there. You never know.
No doubt. Well, what'd she say? They got doctors and lawyers and surgeons. They got a little mash set up out there where they can do X-rays and all that out in the middle of the desert. That's kind of impressive. And a real real neat thing about it is after they party and do what they do for 6-7 days or however how long it is, they leave, and if you fly over in an airplane and look down, it looks like there was no human life that was even there.
Yeah, that's right. That's they got to keep it up. But that was real educational because I didn't even think to. I hadn't heard about it on the news. I did see something. I did see something about it on the internet about Burning Man, 70,000 people, and I think I just read the headlines. I think it was on Fox News on the internet or Associated Press or one of them. But then I got involved with the other worldly stuff that's going on and never did go back to it. But that's real interesting, and but I'm gonna have to watch that documentary Spark. It seems like I saw something about that on PBS a long time ago. Go ahead.
Spark, okay, yeah, I wrote that down too. But like I said, get on YouTube and check that thing out. It's pretty interesting to see. If anything, it kind of reminds me, if you've ever been to Vegas and seen that Circus du Soleil. It's kind of like that in some respects, where you got all these weird lights and acrobatics and weird gizmos and contraptions going around. It's like way out there. I mean, like whoever thought that up, it would probably do some serious drugs. It's like a carnival from outer space.
Yeah, all right, I'm on it now. Let's say Burning Man Live. And I just hit it. Yeah, there it is. And a lot of lights out there. Looks like I don't know, what is that? What is that sphere that keeps changing? That's kind of interesting. Oh, they're panning around right now. Let me go to full screen here. If I can. That's about as full as I can make it. That's real interesting. What is that sphere out there that's lit up?
Well, they got a bunch of different stuff out there. You gotta see it during the daylight, but they got one thing out there that actually looks like a human brain, and it's got like a stem coming down from it. And during the day, it's probably 20-30 feet tall and round, and at night it's all lit up, and it kind of like Christmas twinkle lights. And but there's all sorts of stuff going on all over that thing, and one of them, of course, is like that Burning Man pedestal, and the other ones are different buildings and whatnot. Now, I'm not looking at it right now because I don't have that on. But when I looked at it last night, you see a bunch of these little circles going back and forth and all around. What they are a bunch of people on bicycles, and their spokes are all lit up with lights.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. I'm looking at they got LEDs on their spokes. And yeah, I'm seeing everybody running around, just kind of randomly running around. Then there's a guy that's got it looks like maybe he's flying a drone with a LED tail on it. Or something. Yeah, there it goes up in the air. Must be a drone, or no, I guess it's a balloon with a long LED tail lit up. It looks like a big old carnival. And I guess that's maybe a 360-degree camera, Greg. 360-degree. But if anybody's listening, you watch this. I've never seen anything like it. Never. And this is all out in the middle of Bureau of Land Management property out in the desert, and all of this is running by generators. There's absolutely no regular electricity out here, so they've had to bring in their own generators and do all this, right?
Yeah, it's the Black Rock Desert, west of Winnemucca, and would you say about 75, 80 miles north of Reno. Now, what's really interesting too is during the day, you sit there and you watch it. These people are driving around on their bicycles or walking around or whatever, and all of a sudden there's like a miniature sandstorm. And these people actually, kind of like Ronald was in his Panzers over in North Africa, they got the little goggles over their eyes and like a scarf around their nose and mouth so don't breathe the sand in, and they just live like that. I mean, it's totally out of control.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. So it looks like a big fair or carnival, but I guess they don't have any amusement rides, do they?
They probably do, the two-legged guy.
Yeah. So it's just a lot of lights and a lot of people. Man, a lot of civil unrest out there.
Well, if you look, you get on Google Maps and just bring up Black Rock City, which is that man-made city, and it actually shows on Google Maps. It's like it kind of looks like a drive-in theater. It's like a half circle. There's I don't know how many rows they have. And that's where they park all their campers. And of course, at night you see all the lights, but during the day you can actually see the amount of them out there.
So what do I got Black Rock City, Nevada, so what do I want to do? Pull up maps or what?
Yeah, just put Black Rock City, Nevada, and then over on the right there where you got like that little Google map thing, just click on it, and it should zoom in, and it's you can see where that Gerlach, Nevada is. It's to the west of it, but this is right in Black Rock Desert, and it looks like they're roads, but they're really not roads. They kind of look like spots where they park their RVs, you know?
Oh yeah, I see it now. I see Gerlach, and then you got to go a ways away to get to that other. There it is. So that Burning Man Festival, I see. It's right. You turn right off of 34, and then you see the sketch out there in the middle of the desert, the setup sketch.
Yes, it's out in the middle of no man's land.
Lustrate. That says, whatever, 2, 3. Anyway, it's kind of a three-quarter circle or something. It's a little bit more than a semicircle. And I guess that's where everybody sets up.
Yeah, I think that's where they park their RVs and whatnot, and all the rest of it is, just free roam.
Oh, all that, what I'm looking at right here, that, all those designs or whatever it is, that semicircle of places, that's parking?
I believe so. You really got to see it during the daylight, but yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay, all right. Well, I can go to satellite. I don't know whether they show anything or not. But I see what it is now, and I can let me pull it in here and get where it is in relation to state. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, that's up there, and up there in the north. That's let's see. There's Reno. That's quite a ways up from Reno. Black Rock Desert, High Rock Canyon. All right. Well, I learned something tonight. That's nice education here, and it's always that's the thing about the Captain Dave show. By the way, it's now midnight. It's almost time to go. But we have, I think we've done the nation a service here tonight. We've had a very good educational program starting from the Houston, Texas, the hurricane story, and then we migrated on up to the Burning Rock, and I forget what we talked to somebody in between, didn't we? At at the town there, the woman there at the town that had the establishment. Then we went to Bruno's, and then we went with Madeline, who's got a I keep wanting to call it a booth, but she has her area of seance. I call it maybe a seance area up there where you got playing all this different music there. Go ahead. KI4THY, Captain Dave. It's been great. Unless I can stay up here a few more minutes. If anybody else wants to come in here and comment on the show tonight, we'll be back next Friday, God willing, and the creeks rise, and the band's in good shape. Tonight we got some good football weather. Hell, I might be able to see my breath going back to the house. Anyway, WA2SFT, KI4THY.
There you go, and also learn too that the Oriental massage down there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of of Joe Dirt or Joe Dirte in Baton Rouge, their business is not doing too well. So you never know. Maybe this might help them get a few more followers down there, a little bit more customer.
Yeah, we've done a good job on farming out the phone numbers. We've done a real good job. And after midnight, the only thing you can do is go further west. And we'll have Kim Jong just shot off another missile, shot it over Japan. So anyway, we got Trump going to be in Houston and over there in Lake Charles tomorrow, shaking hands and comforting the needy. And we'll see. I think we'll be right here. When all else fails, we got ham radio, and we're gonna have some of these little mini crises come up, and we're gonna have to stay in preparedness here on ham radio. You got to be one of them there preppers. And like I say, when all else fails, we got Captain Dave and Greg, and we'll be on here every Friday night as long as our health holds. And we did pretty good tonight. I didn't even have anything to drink today, and I feel pretty good. Anyway, back to you.
Awesome. Yeah, last time I was down there in Lake Charles, I did a project down there. It was in Vinton, Louisiana, Westlake, a few other places around through there. But there was a Celtic festival going on down there in Lake Charles, and I remember one of the venues they had was the Kingston Trio, or what was left of the Kingston Trio. I think they had one original member, and I ended up getting a CD from when they had a concert, I think out in Boston, Massachusetts, or whatever. But the Kingston Trio, and they're probably still performing if you look around.
Yeah, hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Dooley, not Dooley. Dooley. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. That was the Kingston Trio. And they did a bunch of stuff. The Reverend Mr. Black. I haven't heard that in a long time. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to go to YouTube and watch some of that. But anyway, 931-201-4202. Ralph, I hope Ralph enjoyed the show tonight. Up there in China, Maine. Up there in, I keep wanting to call it Chinatown, but it's not called China, it's something else. Anyway, anybody else wants to holler at us? We're getting ready to shut the transmitter down, let it cool off. This power bill's starting to go up here, running that transmitter. Anyway, 931-201-4202. If anybody has any parting comments for everybody, Captain Dave or Greg over there, you can holler at us. We got a few more fleeting minutes, and then we're going to be leaving the building. But anyway, Greg, between now and next Friday, I'm sure there's going to be some interesting developments, either domestically or worldwide. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget the Tijuana jail. Speaking of Tijuana, oh, yeah, all sorts of interesting stuff going on here, especially with the new revelations on the Hillary Clinton scandal stuff going on, and James Comey, and hey, you never know. But just keep your ears glued to the boob tube and the internet, and see how things transpire and come about, and you never know. Maybe Burning Man might happen in a city near you.
Yo, it's a good show tonight, Captain Dave. WB9 makes
Okay, I got Wild Bill, I got AB90. Anybody else in there want to say hello? Go ahead. Say again. Yowzer. Anybody else want to say hello before we say goodbye? Yowzer. Captain Dave show. We did pretty good. We filled up 3 hours. 3 hours of thrill-packed action and ham radio. We took you around again. And I tell you what, when you come in here on Friday night, you better have everything you need next to your radio, because you're not going to want to leave. You're not going to want to leave that radio. Yowzer. K-I-4-T-H-Y.
Yowzer.
All right, real good. Anybody else want to say hello before we got to say goodbye? Y'all, Captain Dave on a Friday night. The Captain Dave and Greg show. There you go, Captain Dave and Greg. Greg, you need a surname. Greg just sounds too plain. You got to have something on the front of it.
Well, the old nickname from the old 3895 alligator days, they used to call me Old Buffalo Chips because I was from Buffalo.
Well, that's all right. We call you Buffalo Chips. We don't care. That sounds pretty good. Oh, Captain Dave and Buffalo Chips. Buffalo Chips. I don't know, Cabin Boy over here. He's starting to get aroused. You start throwing out them names like that. Anyway, we had a good time tonight, and like I say, next time we'll maybe we'll go out on the South Pacific again. Get out there in the Pacific, and where was that, Tahiti? A place where she didn't have much English, but she was awful cute. She stayed on there a long time, and I thought we almost had one tonight down there at the spa. And she didn't speak much English either, and we just couldn't get into a whole lot of conversation. I think she was depressed because of the lack of business. But we know where the business is. I don't think anything short of apocalypse would shut down some of the places we've called there. Greg, go ahead.
Well, that's it. She wasn't happy because she couldn't give too many of those happy endings.
Anyway, we like I say, next time I'd like to go back down to Puerto Rico, down to San Juan, and maybe one of these days we could do something on 40 meters. I know I was on there. I was kind of acting crazy there Wednesday night. The last hour or so I was on the air. I couldn't tell you what was said or what was going on. But anyway, had a real good time on 40 meters. And the phone patch works real good on 40 meters. I didn't have any RF problems at all.
Well, what you need to do is figure out how you can live stream and take a trip over there and do a live stream from Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas and meet all sorts of people out there on the street. And you put them live here at 3843 or even on YouTube or whatever. And you never know. You might get enough subscribers there. You might start getting money from YouTube.
Yeah, if I did that, I'd have to put a curtain up. I'd have to. I got a urinal in here. Then it gets into all kinds of problems. Then you got to worry about how you look, and I don't want to look like too much of a sleazeball. See, right now, I got a pair of jeans on. I look kind of like a sleazeball out here, but nobody can see me. See, if I had a streaming, then you got to worry about appearances. But I don't know about that. That gets involved in a whole lot of. But we may do it eventually. I'd like to do a more regional talk program where I can take live phone calls, but the wife don't want me to do it. Everything's so political, and you get somebody mad out there, hell, they just come kill you. And I guess that's what she's worried about. Go ahead.
Oh, I think you'd be fine. But a lot of these live streamers or whatever, heck, they don't even show their faces. They just stick a camera out and they hear their voice in the background and talk to people, and they don't even see who the announcer is, just the interviewee.
I guess we could put Cabin Boy on. We get Cabin Boy over here, and we'll put the camera on Cabin Boy. I wouldn't have to be on the camera, but it would open up a lot of stuff. I used to do a lot of TV, and I'll be wanting to get more equipment and wanting to be throwing graphics on and playing stuff, and oh Lord, I don't know whether my heart could handle that again. But here on radio, you got the magic of radio, and and I'm sure I haven't read the rules, but I don't think you can do a simulcast. If you were to run a mixer into two radios and if we could run 1,000 watts on 3843 and run 1,000 watts on 7200 and do a simulcast. I don't think you can do that. But if we had Cabin Boy running at 40 meter speed, and I'd run to 3843 feet, I don't know how that would work. I don't know. I have to read about that. I don't even know. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. Now I've done it on 2 meters. I got two Baofangs, and I put one on one repeater and one on the other, and keep both the mics at the same time at simulcast. on 2 repeaters at the same time. So, anyway, what a creative mind Captain Dave has. So anyway, KI4THY. Anybody else out there before we go? Anybody else want to give a howdy ho or FU or whatever? Here we are in all our glory on 3843. Captain Dave, TGIF, KI4THY. We got Greg over there. Greg, stand up and take a bow. You did good tonight in getting all them places lined up in such a short notice. You done real good on that. And we got Greg over there. He's gonna stand up and take a bow over in Cookeville, Tennessee. It's still raining over there. It's getting chilly tonight. But WA2SFT, Greg, stand up and take a bow to everybody. And I want to make sure we give you the credit for establishing all these good phone calls. Go ahead.
Oh, appreciate it there, appreciate it. Just a little bit of investigative work, and even a blind squirrel can find a nut every once in a while here. But it was pretty good, pretty good. There might have been 1 or 2 of them there where I think we called down there to Lake Charles at a casino. They put you on a constant hold, but other than that, everything was pretty much spot on.
Well, we'll see tomorrow. We're gonna, like I said, little Trump be down there tomorrow, and FEMA, we got FEMA helping all these people out. And as you heard from my nephew, the air traffic controllers at the Houston airport, some of them had flooding, and they went out there and started tearing their wall out, and started helping one of their own, get their house ready for restoration. So everybody's helping out like that, and and then we up there at the Burning Man thing, at Burning, not Burning Rock, what was it? Black Rock, the Black Rock Desert, the High Rock Canyon. Anyway, Nevada. So we got a real good education on that, and so anyway, next time maybe we'll head out to California. We'll, we don't know. We don't know what we're going to be doing. That's the thing about it. You never know when you tune in what you're going to hear on the Captain Dave Show on a Friday night. We never know what we're going to be doing on Friday night. You just have to tune in. And I'll check on that streaming business. And we might do something. If you get involved with the streaming business, I could sell time, and that would be a motivation. If I could sell advertising on the streaming program. If we could do that, we might. We never know. My mind's starting to twirl. KI4THY with WA2SFT and everybody else. We're gonna, like I said, we got to get out of here.
What you need to do is that 89.5 KLAP. You need to get a hold of old Jeff Cotton there during the daylight hours and set something up with him, and maybe he can give you some sort of a interview there. Set her up there, especially if you tell him who you are, and you never know, he might be a ham radio operator. It's very possible, especially if he's in the radio like he is. And speaking about Gerlach, Nevada, Ralph in 1RAJ, he had mentioned that he'd been to Gerlach. I think he said 6 days or something like that in the past. Go ahead.
Ralph's been to Burning Man?
I don't know if he's been to Burning Man, but he's been to that Gerlach, Nevada.
Oh, been to the town over there. Okay. Somehow I just couldn't picture Ralph at a Burning Man show. But anyway, Gerlach. Yeah, he's been out there. I hadn't been out there in the desert much. I stayed out of the desert. I was mostly either at the casinos or the watering holes or the hotels. I didn't get much outside the towns except when I went to Yosemite and a few other places. I didn't go out there, I didn't care anything about seeing any desert. But we had a good time out there. But I'm glad you're traveled around quite a bit in that area, more than we have. And of course you're a world man. You're traveled around the world. I guess that's why we work this thing pretty good, because we both have an overview, and that's more or less what you have to have when you're on the radio. Is you got to operate without blinders there, Greg. Go ahead.
Oh, exactly. And that part of Nevada, I spent most of my time in southern Nevada, but in northwestern Nevada, when I was out there, I did live in Salt Lake Tahoe for a while back in the early 90s, and I used to, I went to Reno a few times, but I used to go a lot over there to Virginia City and Carson City and out through there. I never really made it up toward Gerlach and all that stuff. So the Black Rock Desert, never been there, but you go on down south, southern Nevada, Red Rock Canyon, northwest of Vegas, and Pahrump, been down there many times.
Well, that sounds real good, and if Captain Dave wanted to go to Burning Man, I'd have to get me somebody with a rickshaw, and rig up a deep cycle battery on it, and take my Marine Mobile. You know, it breaks down. Take one of them telescopic antennas, and do a special event. And have somebody pedaling me around in that rickshaw, and I could be stopping by, and that would be a lot of fun. That's what we ought to do. But we'll have to find some hard-working people that can pedal around. And you know what they do on Broadway in Nashville, 2nd Avenue and Broadway in Nashville, Greg, is they got what they call them pedaling bars, or pedaling taverns. And everybody sits at a bar, and everybody's got a set of pedals. And they sit there, everybody pedals and drinks. And they go all over town. And I don't know whether they have that out there or not. But anyway, you have to use your creativity. I assume they don't allow motor vehicles. Everybody has to park. The only thing they have is a bicycle. So we'd have to have a rickshaw. As a matter of fact, Greg, that's what I've been looking into on these ham events. You know, if I went up to Dayton, I never have been up to Dayton, but I'd have to have a designated rickshaw driver, and where I could sit back there with my spiked bottle of water. And then I could have a big cargo area where I could pick up whatever I wanted to buy. But that would be the ticket if you could get somebody to paddle a rickshaw. And there's still a lot of rickshaws around. And I don't know whether you've ever ridden in one or not. I've been in 2 or 3 of them. And I never had anything but old women. But them old women, they're pretty muscular. And I've had some old women pedal me around Hong Kong. How about that? Anyway, KI4 THY, Captain Dave, KI4 WA2SFT. Go ahead.
Yeah, WA2SFT. Well, I've been in them out in New Orleans in the French Quarter. 2 different types. One where somebody grabbed it and walk you through, and then I've been in another one where they actually had a bicycle attached to the front, and he just pedaled around and pulled you. And when I was in China, I wasn't in a rickshaw. Actually, I never even saw a rickshaw in China. But where I did see him, though, was in one over in India, over in Calcutta, and Bombay or Mumbai or whatever you want to call it. But other than that, I've never been in one. But oh yeah, I see Captain Dave and the Rickshaw McGraw Show.
There you go. I'll give out that number one more time, Greg. Anybody wants to holler at us on the phone page, 931-201-4202, but I got to get out of here. It's coming up on 12:30 here pretty quick, and I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got somebody coming out in the morning. We got to get the chainsaw out. We got a lot of debris down out here after the hurricane or Tropical Storm Harvey come through. Got a lot of cleanup to do, and like I say, I got the people coming out here in the morning. Try to get everything back in the pristine condition it was before we had had all of the storm move through it. But anyway, we got to get out of here. 931-201-4202. We don't hear anything. We don't hear any other ham operators want to come in here and say anything. We got to get out of here. Got to pull the plug, take a shower, and get to bed. Go ahead. KI4THY.
73, Captain Dave. AB90.
Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll be back. We'll be on the water this weekend. Maybe we'll have the Marine Mobile cranked up there. Yoser, maybe we'll holler at you on the pontoon. But it's supposed to be nice all weekend out here on the water. Yeah, we'll see you. We will be out on the Marine Mobile there, Greg. Maybe if you're on tomorrow, we'll be out on the water tomorrow afternoon. I'm sure we'll be out there by Sunday if we don't get out Saturday. If we don't, but anyway, we'll be on the Marine Mobile on 20, 40, and mostly 20 and 40 meters.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. All right, have fun there. Hopefully it warms up a little bit and the rain quits. Hey there, Dave, AB90. How you doing? W2SFT.
All right, didn't doing too bad. I just wanted to get there and tell Captain Dave 73s, you know. Say, hey, shut her down for the evening, so. But I'd say hello and bye. I ain't been doing too bad. It's a little cold over here in Indiana, though. I don't know. I think it's about 55 or something outside. Really cold for this time of year.
Yeah, well, I know what you mean. I know what you mean here. I'll tell you what, I got to get out of here, gentlemen. A lot of fun there. Cap Dave didn't hear Cabin Boy. He's probably passed out, or he's out doing strange and wonderful things. Maybe not so wonderful, I don't know. But KF4THY, WA2SFT.
All right, everybody, have a good time, and have a safe Labor Day weekend. And like I say, all you people down in the southeast, I hope you're digging out after we had all that rain. Hopefully the sun's going to be out tomorrow, and we're going to have a real good Labor Day weekend. So everybody have a happy Labor Day, happy and safe Labor Day. And hell, you only live twice, so don't worry about the high price of gas. Just make sure you get plenty of gas and whatever you got to drink, and have a good time. Yowzer. See you later, Greg. WA2SFT. This is KI4THY Captain Dave 73. To all you people out there listening in North America, we'll be back next Friday night at 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern, for another edition of the Captain Dave Show. We'll see you later. We would play the national anthem, but Laura might get mad. Anyway, 73, KI4THY. We are leaving the building.
Have a good one, 73, Captain Dave and everybody listen. WA2SFT clear.
W5TTS, if you can hear me.
The W5 station?
Yes, sir. W5TTS. Steve, I'm down here about 40 miles south of Fort Worth. I've been kind of listening to you guys for a little bit and want to say good evening.
Okay, real good, real good. You guys didn't get hit with any of that flooding that far north, did you?
No, man, I'm up here just south of the Metroplex, so we didn't get hit with anything but nice weather. We got a little bit of rain from what's going on down south. A lot of people I know are down there have been back and forth trying to help, you know. We did get hit with the great 2017 Thursday fuel scare. Man, talk about people flocking to the fuel pumps, man. Now I'm kind of out here in the country, and it was bad here, but nothing like up there. My daughter called me and she said, "Man, Dad, I've been in line to get fuel for an hour and a half." And I said, "Well, just go back home. There'll be fuel there tomorrow." You know, it's just crazy, really, really crazy.
Well, it's only going to get worse. Trust me. I was down in that Hurricane Katrina fiasco and doing work down there, and living up here in Tennessee. I had a place down there in Mississippi as well on the coast, and I tell you, man, just trying to drive down through Mississippi, they were gas rationing and everything for months, and it was the prices kept going up, and all the gougers and everything else. And I tell you what, if I wasn't driving an emergency vehicle or work vehicle here, they'd only let me get like a maximum of 5 or 6 gallons of gasoline, and I'd been SOL.
Roger. Yeah, you know, I think the big thing here is, you know, you got social media the big thing. So somebody spreads a rumor. One of the local news stations in Dallas, Fort Worth, 2 or 3 of them actually. I remember watching. I don't watch the news much, but I watch the weather occasionally. But I was sitting back here. My wife was watching it, and I heard them say, "Yeah, there's going to be a gas shortage due to the hurricane, blah, 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 blah," you know. And I told my wife, I said, "There'll definitely be one now," you know. I always told her, when they say gas prices are going to spike because of this, I said, they sure are now, you know. Well, sure enough, man, it was like a fiasco, man. It was pandemonium. Everybody was piled up, lined up a mile down the road in some place to get fuel, man. And you know, like even the little town I'm near here, it's called Hillsboro, Texas. Yeah, it's a small place, man. I mean, it's pretty much a town that doesn't have nothing going on. On the highway, there's some activity. Back in the middle part of town, you'll see a little bit during the workday, you know, Monday through Friday because county hall, city hall, and all that. But other than that, it's a pretty deserted town. But there was a few stations that ran out of fuel. I went up there one day I went to get gas, and I saw they were out, so I went to another one, got gas. Well, I went back to the other one later in the day because my wife smokes and wanted cigarettes, and they had fuel. People were out there kind of lined up. I said, well, I thought you were out earlier. He goes, yeah, man, we had a truck coming tonight, or today, and then we have one coming tonight, so that we have fuel for tomorrow, you know, and everybody's panicking, and he goes, no, man, there's really no delay, other than people are buying too much gas, you know. It's one of the people with an accent, but anyway, yeah, it's more of a panic pandemonium thing, W5TTS.
Yeah, WA2SFT. Oh, exactly. But they did have issues. They were getting that fuel in a lot of areas of Mississippi, and I'm not just talking down on the coast where Katrina hit big time. I'm talking about throughout the entire state. And some of the areas I was at in rural Mississippi, just driving down there, like a couple hundred miles north of New Orleans, 150 miles north of New Orleans, and they're still rationing the stuff. And to get people, like I said, out there running the pumps, filling up everything they got from empty gas cans or lawnmowers and their cars and everything else. They was running out of gasoline. Of course, they were rationing a lot of it too, but you know, they were still running out of gasoline, and they had state troopers there. And they even have instances where a gas station, say, would run out of gasoline in the early evening, where people would sit there and camp out overnight, sitting in their cars until the tankers came and they filled it up, and they were the first in line. It was like total insanity.
Roger. Yeah, I vaguely remember that. I wasn't in Louisiana. I had a friend of mine that was working down there, and he said, man, it's crazy. I think it's worse than what we have here, you know. Most of this seemed to happen in Dallas-Fort Worth, you know, and then it kind of branched outward. But, you know, it's like that old cheap high school rumor, man, you know. Media said it, everybody believed it, and, you know, sheeple, you know, that deal, that scenario. So, yeah, you know, I mean, everybody I know that was worried about taking their boats out this weekend or doing this and that, they all got fuel. They just had to wait in line to do it. So, and there was fuel trucks lined up. It was, you can almost guarantee, man, next week the gas stations will be vacant because everybody's got fuel, you know. So, anyway, man, I just wanted to bump in here and say hello to everybody, man. I was listening for a little bit. I'm gonna hang out for a few minutes. Then I can get my ass on the flat side. I got a big day tomorrow. W5TTS.
Yeah, real good. See, well, I tell you what, I've seen gas jump about 25 or 30 cents a gallon here over the last few days. So I don't see it going down here in the close future. But yeah, you have a good one there, Steve. Good talking to you. I think we've spoken in the past. It call does sound familiar, but I said I usually just get on here on Friday evenings and cut up with Captain Dave, and maybe if he's on there Saturday. But other than that, I stay off the radio anymore. But you have a good 3-day weekend there, buddy, and hopefully we get a chance to talk again soon. W5TTS, WA2SFT.
Roger, man. Be cool and have a good weekend. I'll see you.
Same to you, buddy. Bye-bye.
W5TTS, WA5ENG.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Just heard you up here. Figured I'd holler at you.
Yeah, how you been? I ain't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, I'm alright. Get to stay off of the Mayhem station.
Yeah, man, I like to hang out, but sometimes it's like, come on, man. You know, they feed into it too much, you know?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I was on there last night. Been drinking a little bit and kind of got crazy with it myself. I was like, man, why do I do that?
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's a couple of those farmers, man. They, I mean, they're really, they're mild. I mean, if you don't feed the animals, they don't come back for food, you know. But I'm the same way last night, man. I'd been drinking. I made a few comments to them. Of course, they were gone shortly after that, but it was probably just, they were just gone. It had nothing to do with what I said, but I'm like, man, why in the hell do I feed into these guys? They keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Weed signal, everybody keys on them. You know, I don't know, it's just a principle. It's like you want to grab them by their neck and bang their head against the fence post, you know. And if they, in person, if they were there, they'd run, dude. They wouldn't do that stuff in person. Oh, no. They've got the cloak of the keyboard or the cloak of the microphone or the cloak, you know, it's to hide behind something, you know. Yeah, it's frustrating, but, you know, man, I mean, I just look for good people to talk to, and a lot of times I ended up there. Sometimes it got a little out of hand. W5TTS, good hearing you, dude.
Yeah, Roger. I'm same thing, same way, man. I get tired of listening to the same old stuff over and over again.
Yeah, there was a point a couple of months ago where I think at the time we were 38-25 where we all ended up. It was cool, man. A lot of good guys on there. Wasn't really anybody quarterman. And then it seemed like we were bothering some guys slightly below or slightly above us. So we moved a little bit. And then there was two guys that come in there every night. And it really didn't bother me. It really didn't. They were, you know, their signals were weak, but it would bother the other people. And I was bothered by the other people being bothered by them. I'm like, dude, just ignore them, man. They're going to go away, but if you keep feeding the monkeys, you're going to come back for food, you know. So, yeah, sometimes I still end up there, but I turn the volume down a lot of times, you know, and do stuff on the computer and then go check and they're gone, that kind of deal. But, yeah, Mark, man, there's like, you know, you and John, you guys up there, I'll occasionally hear John there. I'm like, man, dude, it would be way cooler, man, if we were all somewhere where this didn't happen. So, man, maybe we need to make that happen. I don't know. Hope you're doing good, dude. W5TTS, man. I got about 5 more minutes in me. I got to get up in the morning, man.
Hey, Roger. Well, me and Tim and John down on 3804, we've been kind of hanging around there a little bit. But, yeah, it's good to talk to you, brother. Holler at me sometime. Go get you some toes up shut-eye. WA5ENG 73.
Roger, 3804. I'll check it out, dude. All right, man. Be cool. You have a good long weekend. I'll see you.